Linda and I and Gail Hester had to visit Melbourne for an event, and on the way there we collected Karen from Newcastle, and she joined the crew. And on that first long trip, which went for about 11 hours, girls, it was funny.
It was very funny.
Yeah.
We had a blast.
Yes, we did. Yeah. We had a very good time. Anyway, Karen contacted Grannies for Grass in the United States, and I'll let you explain that.
Yeah, so I contacted the Grannies for Grass, and they loved the work that we're doing here in Australia and asked us to be the Australian ambassadors for Grannies for Grass.
Yeah. Which was a huge honour, because they're an enormous lobby group in the United States, and that's what we hope to be here in Australia. This is why we're starting these tours and going around and trying to educate people not only about the benefits of healthy eating, because it was only like 1900 when they discovered scurvy that they realised that people were dying, and the mortality rate was up because of malnutrition, and we're heading in that same direction now with the going away from organic and fresh foods and going into sugars and just fillers basically.
Yeah.
There are so many diverse reasons why we came together like this, and we are from so many different areas that we cover a huge demographic, because we're in it for so many different reasons. You know, like Karen believed that we all need to eat much better than we have been taught to in recent years, but I have my own reasons to be in it. Gail Hester, who's unfortunately not here today,
we love
Gail. Yes, we adore Gail. Gail began the MCUA after the death of her own daughter. Sarah was 21 years old and developed bowel cancer. The hospital explained that, you know, they would be able to give her some relief, and apparently she died as far from relief as she could possibly get.
A long, painful death. A long, painful death.
Yeah, exactly.
Like thousands of others Australians every day.
And then when Gail met a man named Craig Goodwin, who had actually cured himself of bowel cancer, she felt urged to start the MCUA so that no other families had to go through what she went through losing Sarah, and not know that there were options available. So that's the reason why Gail started the MCUA, and why we all got together, basically.
Yeah. The government's proposed idea of medicinal cannabis is a very long, drawn-out process. There's still years to wait for the majority of the people. It is restricted to isolated cannabis or a synthetic cannabis. We the Canna Nannas are going for end of prohibition for whole plant cannabis.
Yes, homegrown.
Homegrown.
We need to be able to have homegrown.
Yes, we do. And why should it be? And federally, you know, why should one person have pain relief in Queensland and not in New South Wales?
Exactly.
Why should a child be seizure-free in Queensland and not in New South Wales? You know, and the worst thing about prohibition, the worst thing about childhood epilepsy is knowing that the most successful treatment on the planet to even reverse intractable epilepsy and to stop intractable epilepsy, which is non-treatable before now, is whole plant cannabis. The parents could grow it for free in their own backyard.
Children with epilepsy and adults with epilepsy, some of them do need specific strains, just like people with other diseases need specific strains in order to control their conditions. And you're not going to be able to do that with a standardised medicine. So that for all of those people, it's going to be a failure.
In the meantime, we need to end prohibition. Canna Nanna say no to prohibition. We believe that it is a basic fundamental human right to eat the plant that was gifted to us from creation. Withholding this food source from our people is a crime against humanity.
Withholding cannabis at all is a crime against humanity. You know, they're arresting more and more and more people. I know of at least half a dozen people who are presently just going through Beenleigh Courthouse, aside from myself. and who are all patients. Now, this is becoming ridiculous.
All illegally healing themselves.
Yeah, exactly. We're all illegally healing ourselves, where mainstream medicine failed, let's not forget, and they want to punish us for it. They want to imprison some people for helping us, and it's not right.
That's ridiculous. What you guys are doing is you're providing a service that the government hasn't been able to do. And, you know, it's a wonderful, wonderful thing. And I believe that needs to be celebrated. People that have been out there putting their own lives on the line, as you guys have, and hundreds of others in this country need to be celebrated. Not criminalised.
No.
Not arrested.
No.
Not taken or not be put before a judge.
No.
We have a job to do. It's as simple as that. You know, like, I was put in this position by no direct action by myself. Every step of the way in this has been
remarkable.
Yes, it has been remarkable, and it has been amazing, and it has been so surprising.
It's been a trip, hasn't it?
Yes, and I've met the most amazing people, including you too.
Bottom line is cannabis is food, isn't it?
Yes, exactly. And you know, like before prohibition, not only was it a food and a basic food source for us, but it was for all of our animals as well. So we were gaining cannabinoids not just through what we ate, but in what they ate, because, you know, the chickens were eating hemp seed, and it was, you know, we were getting higher cannabinoid levels in our eggs and in our meat and in our milk. You know, all of those were taken away when prohibition came in. So, you know, like, are we fourth generation endocannabinoid deficient? And is this going to be the next scurvy? You know, is this going to be the one where they look, you know, by the time millions of people die of malnutrition,
including children,
exactly, and say, oh, we got it wrong again. You know, as they did with cholesterol and a host of other things.
It always seems like a bit of an experiment, doesn't it?
We are an experiment to them.
Well, I mean, why remove the most valuable plant on the planet when we know that it actually coexists within our own bodies?
Because
it does coexist.
It gains them money. It is all about money.
Every person that uses cannabis successfully is a lost customer to big pharma.
Exactly, and not just that, you know, like, cannabis can be used to make fuel, it can be used to make houses, it can be used to make plastic, it can be used to make so many things, that we can eliminate all of these poisonous chemicals and whatnot from society, and it's sustainable. You know, like paper, for instance, it takes how many years to grow enough pulp to make paper, and apparently you can do that in like 1/10 of the time. With
10 times faster.
Exactly.
It's biodegradable.
Exactly.
Plastic biodegradable.
So it's not just about food; it's about the entire acceptance of hemp and cannabis, whether it be industrially, medically or recreationally, because let's face it, you know, we all need recreation to be healthy.
Yeah,
we
do.
And we shouldn't be frowned upon because that is our choice, as opposed to things like prescription drugs or alcohol.
I had to roll a cigarette for a friend a few weeks ago, and I was holding it. She said, I want to take a photo. You used to smoke, don't be such a, you know, wuss. I want to take a photo of you with a cigarette. And it looked like a joint, and I've got the photo and I shared it on Facebook, and I thought, if this was tobacco, commercially made tobacco that kills thousands of people every year, it would be acceptable for me to be sitting here with this in my hand. But if it's a joint, I would be classed as a hippie stoner, and
it's hypocrisy.
So the urgency is, come on nanas, come on pops, do your own research, learn about the endocannabinoid system, learn about the importance of this plant being in your life and in your family's life, because your children, your future generations are relying on it.
And take responsibility for your own health, and for the health of your family, and for the health of your children. You know, like, if you are relying on mainstream medicine to be your saviour, their days are over. And the longer we go, the more we are going to see that pharmaceutical companies have overrun our medical schools and our whole medical industry, and we're just customers. We are customers to them. They don't want healthy people.
No.
So we want an end to prohibition, don't we, ladies?
Yes, your health is your biggest asset, and it's up to you to choose it, and you have the choice. If you have any symptoms of disease, start to eliminate the toxins you're putting in and on your body. Follow us on Facebook at Canna Nanna.
And then we have a Canna Nanna's event on the 2nd and the 3rd of September at Tugun, at the Tugun Community Centre at Tugun on, I can't remember, Coolangatta Road.
Yep.
And it starts at around about 10 o'clock on the 2nd, and we'll be going all day with demonstrations and patients and medical talks. And there's also going to be an advocates workshop there, so that if you want to learn to do what we do, there's going to be a workshop there where you can go and learn to be a Canna Nanna as well.
And it's fun, it's good fun.
It is, and rewarding. It is so fulfilling and rewarding.
When women hang out together, we have a blast.
We are women, hear us roar.
And never
we
stop
do a
laughing.
Numbers too big to ignore. We encourage you to bring your doctors. We will have doctors' packs to hand out.
Yes.
We will also be travelling up and down the east coast of Australia, so if you'd like to have us attend your organisation or your community, let us know on the Facebook or the website.
We do this because we don't have any choice.
We don't have any choice.
We're in a position, each one of us, where we have a voice and we have passion,
drive,
and not only that, we have facts behind us. You know, we have facts and data and evidence behind us, and we just want this to finish. We need all of the women of our age to start speaking out.
Yeah, please, mothers, grandmothers, we need you.
Step it up.
We are women, hear us roaring. Numbers
and
too big to ignore. Come on.
And we need the whole community to come together. You know, whether you are a medical user, whether you believe you are a recreational user, or whether you're both, we all need to come together now and start to support one another against them, instead of allowing them to divide us.
We don't underestimate, our intelligence. We do believe that there's a bit of a way to go, and that there's still a lot of hard work to be done, getting communities together and on board around prohibition being the most important thing.
So it's about education, people power, and Canna Nanna's saying no to prohibition. Say no to prohibition. Our health is our biggest asset, and it is easier to prevent disease than treat it. We don't want synthetic, we don't want isolated cannabis, we want whole plant cannabis,
and we want
grown in our backyard.
We want free choice.
So thank you all for listening.
Yes, thank you.
We look forward to affordable
2nd of September at Tugun.
The weekend after in Newcastle, and we look forward to affordable access to whole plant cannabis for you and for all Australians and for us now.